Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. I'm here to share the top 25 best Nintendo Switch games of all time. These games show exactly why the Switch is such an amazing console. I've played each of these games for hours and trust me, they're all worth your time. Let's jump right into our countdown. Luigi's back in his spookiest adventure yet, and this time he's stuck in a haunted hotel trying to save Mario and friends from King Boo's trap. What makes this game special is how Luigi feels to control. He's scared but brave, which shows in every animation. You use the poltergust vacuum to suck up ghosts, but now you can slam them around for extra damage. The real game changer is Gooigi, a green slime version of Luigi who can slip through bars and help solve puzzles. Each floor of the hotel has its own theme, like a medieval castle or dance hall, and every room is packed with secrets. You can vacuum almost everything. Chairs fly around, paintings fall off walls, and money pops out everywhere. The boss fights are creative and fun, like fighting a ghost shark or a magician. The graphics look amazing, with detailed lighting effects that make the hotel feel alive. Co-op mode lets a friend control Gooigi, making puzzle solving even more enjoyable. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This package gives you two completely different Mario experiences that are both fantastic. In 3D World, up to 4 players run through clever levels using power-ups like the cat suit, which lets you climb walls and scratch enemies. The level design is brilliant. Each stage introduces new ideas and mechanics that keep things fresh. But Bowser's Fury is where this collection really shines. It's an open-world Mario game where Bowser has turned giant and angry, stomping around Lake Lapcat causing chaos. You collect cat shines to power up and eventually become Giga Cat Mario to fight massive Bowser in epic kaiju battles. The world changes every few minutes when Fury Bowser shows up, turning peaceful exploration into frantic escape sequences. You can play with a friend who controls Bowser Jr., making it perfect for parents and kids. The camera gives you full control to explore every corner, and the movement feels smooth and responsive. Both games run perfectly on Switch with bright, colorful graphics that look great in handheld or docked mode. Super Mario RPG. This remake of the classic Super Nintendo game brings Mario's first RPG adventure to modern audiences with gorgeous updated visuals and smooth gameplay. The story follows Mario, Bowser, and Peach working together to save the world from the Smithy Gang, who've taken over Bowser's castle and shattered the Star Road. What makes this RPG special is its turn-based combat with action commands. You time button presses to deal extra damage or block attacks, keeping battles engaging instead of just selecting menu options. Each character has unique abilities. Mario is balanced, Bowser hits hard, Peach heals, Mallow uses magic, and Geno shoots energy blasts. The overworld exploration feels like a traditional Mario game with jumping puzzles and hidden secrets, but NPCs give you quests and story progression. The humor is top-notch with funny dialogue and silly situations that make you smile. Boss battles require strategy and timing, especially later in the game. Bayonetta 3 delivers the most over-the-top action you'll find on Switch, with our witch hero fighting angels and demons across multiple dimensions to save reality itself. The story gets wild as Bayonetta faces alternate versions of herself and discovers a multiverse-threatening villain, but the real star is the combat system. You string together combos using punch and kick buttons, dodge at the perfect moment to slow down time, and summon your hair demons to finish off enemies in spectacular ways. New to this game are demon masquerade abilities that let Bayonetta transform into powerful creatures mid-combo, and you can even take direct control of massive demons for kaiju-sized battles. The game throws you into insane situations like fighting on top of a speeding train or battling inside a tornado. Each level introduces new mechanics and set pieces that keep the action fresh. While the story might confuse newcomers, the gameplay is accessible with multiple difficulty options. The graphics push the Switch to its limits with smooth animations and explosive special effects that make every fight feel like an epic movie scene. Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze. This platformer proves that 2D games can still be absolutely incredible with some of the best level design ever created. The story is simple. Viking penguins called the Snowmads have taken over DK Island, and Donkey Kong must travel through 6 worlds to get his home back. What makes this game amazing is how every level feels completely unique with its own mechanics and ideas. You'll swing on vines, blast out of barrels, ride rockets, and swim through underwater sections. But each level adds new twists that surprise you. Donkey Kong feels heavy and powerful to control, and you can team up with Diddy, Dixie, or Cranky Kong, who each give you different abilities like helicopter hair or a pogo cane. The boss fights are spectacular multi-phase battles that require skill and pattern recognition. David Wise' soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal. Each song perfectly matches its level and creates an emotional connection to the gameplay. The graphics are gorgeous with detailed animations and backgrounds that feel alive. Astral Chain is unlike anything else on Switch. Imagine being a futuristic police officer who fights interdimensional monsters with a captured creature on a chain. The story takes place in a walled city called the Ark, where humanity hides from corruption spreading across Earth, and you join a special police unit called Neuron to investigate and fight these threats. The combat system is the star here. You control your character while simultaneously commanding your Legion, a tamed monster connected to you by an astral chain. You can wrap enemies with the chain, send your Legion to attack from different angles, or combine attacks for devastating combos. Between action scenes, you investigate crime scenes, interview witnesses, and solve puzzles using your Legion special abilities. There are 5 different Legion types to unlock, each with unique powers like healing, stealth, or heavy attacks. The game switches between high-octane combat and detective work seamlessly, creating a unique rhythm. The anime-inspired art style looks fantastic with detailed character models and smooth animations. Pokemon Legends Arceus completely changes the Pokemon formula by dropping you into the ancient Hisui region, where people fear Pokemon and the idea of training them is brand new. You play as a researcher building the region's first Pokédex by studying wild Pokemon in their natural habitats. The biggest change is catching Pokemon in real time by sneaking up and throwing Pokeballs directly, though you can still battle to weaken them first. The turn-based combat gets an overhaul with a speed-based turn order and move style that let you choose between power and speed for each attack. Wild Pokemon roam freely in large open areas, and some aggressive ones will chase you if they spot you, adding real danger to exploration. You complete research tasks by observing Pokemon behaviors, like seeing them use specific moves or catching them at certain times of day. The alpha Pokemon are larger, stronger versions that provide real challenge and require strategy to defeat or capture. Crafting plays a big role as you make Pokeballs and healing items from materials found in the wild. Animal Crossing New Horizons transformed Animal Crossing into a creative powerhouse that became a cultural phenomenon during its release. You start on a deserted island with just a tent and slowly build it into a thriving community with shops, museums, and homes for animal neighbors. The game follows real time, so seasons change, events happen on specific dates, and your villagers live their daily routines whether you're playing or not. What makes this entry special is the incredible customization options. You can place furniture anywhere outside, terraform your island's landscape, and design custom patterns for clothing and decorations. The crafting system lets you build furniture and tools from materials you collect by chopping wood, mining rocks, and catching creatures. Your animal neighbors each have unique personalities and will give you gifts, ask for favors, and share their thoughts about island life. The museum is beautiful and educational, displaying fish, bugs, and fossils you donate in realistic exhibits. Live Alive is a hidden gem that tells 7 completely different stories across various time periods, from prehistoric times to the far future. Each chapter has its own protagonist, gameplay mechanics, and visual style. You might play as a caveman learning to communicate, a ninja infiltrating a castle, or a robot on a spaceship. What's brilliant is how each chapter feels like a different game while using the same basic RPG combat system. The turn-based battles happen on a grid where positioning matters. You can move around to avoid attacks or get better angles for your special moves. Each character has unique abilities that match their story, like the wrestler's grappling moves or the psychic's mind powers. The pixel art is absolutely gorgeous, with detailed animations and creative enemy designs that change completely between chapters. Without spoiling anything, the stories eventually connect in surprising ways that make you rethink everything you've experienced. Some chapters focus on combat, while others emphasize storytelling or puzzle solving, keeping the experience fresh throughout. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the most creative and surprising 2D Mario game ever made, bringing genuine innovation to a formula that's been around for nearly 40 years. The story takes Mario and friends to the Flower Kingdom, where Bowser uses a Wonder Flower to merge with Prince Florian's castle, becoming a flying fortress. What makes this game revolutionary is the Wonder Flower effects that completely transform levels in unpredictable ways. Types might grow legs and walk around. Mario could turn into a Goomba or balloon, the whole screen might start singing, or gravity could reverse entirely. These moments create pure joy and surprise that will make you laugh out loud. The new elephant power-up lets you smash blocks with your trunk, spray water to grow plants, and swing from your trunk like a rope. The badge system adds another layer of customization, letting you equip special abilities like wall jumping or starting levels with power-ups. You can play as 12 different characters, including Yoshi and Nabbit, who can't take damage, making the game accessible for younger players while maintaining challenge for experts. Fire Emblem Three Houses puts you in the shoes of a teacher at a military academy where you choose one of 3 student houses to guide through their education and eventually into war. The story starts simple but becomes incredibly complex as political tensions rise, and you're forced to fight against students from the other houses you could have chosen. The gameplay mixes turn-based strategy battles with social simulation where you build relationships, teach classes, and explore the monastery between fights. Combat happens on grid-based maps where positioning matters. Archers can't fight up close, but mages can attack from range, and terrain gives different bonuses. What makes this special is how your students grow based on how you train them. So you can turn a mage into a knight or an archer into a healer if you want. The relationship system affects both story and gameplay, since characters fight better when they're friends and can even get married.
You never had a chance.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby's first full 3D adventure takes our pink hero to a post-apocalyptic world, where nature's reclaimed abandoned cities and cars. The story follows Kirby and King Dedede getting sucked through a portal to this mysterious land, where they must rescue captured Waddle Dees from the Beast Pack. What makes this game shine is how perfectly Kirby's copy abilities work in 3D. You can inhale enemies to steal their powers like sword fighting, fire breathing, or ice attacks, and each ability feels great to use. The new mouthful mode lets Kirby swallow huge objects like cars, vending machines, or even entire staircases, transforming him into hilarious hybrid forms that solve puzzles and break through obstacles. Level design is fantastic, with multiple paths to explore, hidden Waddle Dees to rescue, and optional challenge rooms that test your skills. The upgrade system lets you power up your favorite copy abilities, making them more effective and adding new moves. Boss fights are creative and fun, often requiring you to use specific mouthful mode transformations to win. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. This beautiful remake of the Game Boy Classic tells the strange story of Link washing up on Kaihalolo Island after a shipwreck, where he must collect 8 instruments to wake up the mysterious windfish and escape. The charming toy-like art style makes everything look like it's made of plastic figures, creating a unique visual identity that's both nostalgic and modern. The gameplay is classic top-down Zelda, with dungeons full of puzzles, keys to find, and bosses to defeat using your growing collection of items like the boomerang, bow, and hookshot. What sets this apart is how weird and dreamlike everything feels. You'll meet characters from other Nintendo games, encounter surreal situations, and slowly realize that not everything on this island is what it seems. The dungeon design is some of the best in any Zelda game, with clever puzzles that require you to think creatively about how your items work together. Combat is simple but satisfying, and the difficulty ramps up perfectly as you progress. Metroid Dread brings Samus back in her most intense adventure yet, trapped on planet ZDR where deadly Emmy robots hunt her through dark corridors while she investigates the fate of a research mission. The story connects directly to previous Metroid games as Samus discovers the truth about her Metroid DNA and faces a conspiracy involving her old enemies, the Space Pirates, and the mysterious Chozo race. What makes Dread special is how it balances exploration with genuine fear. The Emmy zones create terrifying stealth sections where these nearly invincible robots will kill you instantly if they catch you, forcing you to hide and find alternate routes. The combat feels incredible with smooth animations and a counter system that rewards perfect timing with devastating attacks that make you feel like a badass bounty hunter. Movement is fluid and fast once you unlock abilities like the dash and slide, letting you zip through environments and chain together advanced techniques. Metroid Prime Remastered. This incredible remaster brings the GameCube classic to Switch with updated graphics that make it look like a modern game while preserving everything that made the original special. The story follows bounty hunter Samus Aran as she investigates a space pirate research facility on planet Talon 4, where they're experimenting with a dangerous substance called Phazon that corrupts everything it touches. What makes Prime unique is how it translates 2D Metroid into first-person perspective perfectly. You still collect power-ups to access new areas, but now you're scanning the environment for lore and solving puzzles from Samus's viewpoint inside her power suit. The lock-on targeting system makes combat feel great even if you're not used to first-person shooters, letting you focus on movement and weapon selection rather than precise aiming. Your visor can switch between different modes to see heat signatures, reveal hidden Pikmin 4 perfects Nintendo's unique strategy formula by putting you in control of tiny plant creatures who help you explore a giant world from a bug's perspective. The story follows a rescue mission to save previous explorers who crashed on this planet, including the legendary Captain Olimar himself, while you collect treasures and solve the mystery of what happened to them. What makes this entry special is your dog companion Ochi, who can carry Pikmin, jump over obstacles, and even fight enemies, completely changing how you approach challenges and making the game more accessible for newcomers. The Pikmin themselves come in different types. Red ones resist fire, blue ones can go underwater, yellow ones conduct electricity, and new ice Pikmin can freeze enemies and water. Gameplay involves managing your army of Pikmin to carry objects, fight creatures, and break down barriers while protecting them from the various wildlife that wants to eat them. The day-night cycle creates natural time pressure, but this entry is more forgiving than previous games, letting you retry areas and giving you more control over the pacing. Super Mario Maker 2 is basically infinite Mario games in one package, giving you powerful tools to create your own levels and access to millions of courses made by players worldwide. The story mode features over 100 Nintendo-designed levels that teach you how different elements work while providing plenty of traditional Mario fun. But the real magic happens in the creation tools. You can build levels using assets from 5 different Mario games, each with their own physics and feel, then share them online for others to play and rate. The interface is incredibly intuitive. You drag and drop enemies, platforms, and power-ups with simple touch controls, and you can test your level instantly by hitting the play button. What's amazing is seeing the creativity of the community, with levels that range from traditional platformers to puzzle games, music levels that play songs, and crazy contraptions that shouldn't work but somehow do. The online features let you follow your favorite creators, play endless mode for random levels, or tackle super expert courses that will test every Mario skill you have. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate lives up to its name by including every fighter from previous Smash games plus newcomers, creating the biggest roster in fighting game history with over 80 characters from Nintendo and beyond. The story mode World of Light sees all the fighters except Kirby get captured by an evil entity, and you must rescue them by fighting through a massive adventure map filled with spirit battles that reference hundreds of video game characters. What makes Smash special is how it takes complex fighting game mechanics and makes them accessible. Every character uses the same basic controls, but each one feels completely unique to play. You can button mash and have fun, or learn advanced techniques like short hops and directional influence to compete at high levels. The spirit system lets you equip power-ups that change your abilities, like starting with a sword or gaining super armor, adding RPG elements to the fighting. Local multiplayer is incredible, with up to 8 players fighting on screen, and you can customize rules for everything from serious tournaments to silly party games. Super Mario Odyssey reinvents 3D Mario with massive sandbox kingdoms to explore and the incredible capture mechanic that lets Mario possess enemies and objects with his hack companion Cappy. The story follows Mario chasing Bowser across different worlds as the Koopa King plans to force Princess Peach into marriage. But the real joy comes from exploring these detailed kingdoms and discovering their secrets. Capturing enemies completely changes how you play. Become a T-Rex to smash through blocks, turn into a Bullet Bill to fly across gaps, or possess a Goomba to sneak past other enemies. Each kingdom feels like a living world with NPCs to talk to, mini-games to play, and hundreds of power moons hidden in clever locations that reward curiosity and creative thinking. The movement system is the best Mario has ever felt, with responsive controls that let you chain together jumps, dives, and throws to traverse the environment in flowing acrobatic ways. Boss fights are creative spectacles that often require you to capture specific enemies to win, and the music dynamically changes based on what you're doing. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 concludes the trilogy with the most ambitious and emotional JRPG on Switch, telling the story of 6 characters from warring nations who discover their world's dark secrets. The game takes place in a world where people are created to fight in an endless war between 2 nations, living only 10 years before their homecoming ceremony. But everything changes when soldiers from both sides start working together. What makes this game incredible is its massive scope. You'll explore enormous environments filled with unique creatures, hidden treasures, and side quests that develop the world and characters in meaningful ways. The real-time combat system lets you control one character while AI handles the others. But you can switch between party members and use special abilities called arts that have cooldown timers, creating strategic depth without overwhelming complexity. The class system lets any character learn abilities from different roles like healer, tank, or damage dealer, giving you incredible flexibility in building your party. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door brings back the beloved RPG formula that fans have been asking for, with Mario and his partners searching for 7 crystal stars to open the legendary Thousand-Year Door before the evil X-Nauts can use its power for destruction. What makes this game special is how it treats Mario like a real RPG hero. You level up, learn new abilities, and make choices that affect how battles play out. The turn-based combat uses timed button presses to boost your attacks and reduce damage, making every fight interactive instead of just selecting menu option. Your party members aren't just different colored toads. You'll team up with a Goomba grad student, a Babam sailor, and a Yoshi kid, each with unique abilities both in battle and for solving puzzles in the overworld. The paper aesthetic isn't just for looks. Mario can turn sideways to slip through cracks, roll up into a tube, or fold into a paper airplane to reach new areas. The writing is genuinely funny, with clever dialogue and situations that will make you laugh out loud. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild completely reinvented Zelda by dropping you into a massive open world where you can go anywhere and tackle challenges in any order you want. The story begins with Link waking up after 100 years of sleep to find Hyrule in ruins and Princess Zelda trapped in Hyrule Castle, holding back the evil Calamity Ganon. But how you approach saving her is entirely up to you. What makes this game revolutionary is its physics system. Fire spreads naturally, metal conducts electricity, and objects react realistically to the environment, letting you solve puzzles in creative ways the developers never intended. You can climb almost any surface as long as you have stamina, making exploration feel truly free as you spot something interesting on the horizon and just walk there. The weapon durability system forces you to constantly try new weapons and adapt your fighting style instead of relying on one overpowered sword. Cooking lets you combine ingredients to create meals that boost your health, stamina, or give you special abilities like cold resistance or stealth. Persona 5 Royal combines high school life simulation with supernatural dungeon crawling in one of the most stylish games ever made. You play as a transfer student who gains the power to enter people's hearts and steal their corrupt desires, teaming up with other students to change the hearts of evil adults who abuse their power. The game perfectly balances 2 different gameplay styles. During the day you attend classes, build relationships, and improve your stats, while at night you explore elaborate palaces that represent twisted adult minds filled with demons to fight. The turn-based combat focuses on exploiting enemy weaknesses to gain extra turns, and you can recruit the demons you fight to use as personas with different abilities. What makes this special is how every choice matters. The relationships you build unlock new personas and abilities, the books you read improve your knowledge, and even working part-time jobs gives you useful skills. Each palace has a unique theme like a castle, museum, or casino with puzzles and platforming sections that break up the combat.
Persona! Go down!
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is simply the best racing game on Switch and possibly the best Mario Kart ever made, featuring 48 tracks, 42 characters, and the most content-packed kart racing experience you can find. The basic premise is classic Mario Kart. Race around colorful tracks while using items like shells and banana peels to attack other racers and secure victory. But the execution is absolutely perfect. What sets this version apart is the anti-gravity mechanic that lets you drive on walls and ceilings, opening up incredible track design possibilities that create some of the most visually spectacular racing courses ever made. The item balance feels just right, giving players in last place powerful items like the blue shell, while preventing any single item from being overpowered. The revamped battle mode brings back dedicated arenas with multiple game types like balloon battle and coin runners that are just as fun as the main races. Up to 4 players can race on a single Switch using split Joy-Con, making it perfect for parties, while online play supports 12 racers with smooth netcode that rarely lag. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom takes everything that made Breath of the Wild amazing and expands it in ways that seemed impossible, adding sky islands above Hyrule and underground depths below while introducing abilities that fundamentally change how you interact with the world. The story begins with Link and Zelda investigating ruins beneath Hyrule Castle, accidentally awakening Ganondorf and causing massive upheavals that lift the castle into the sky and create chasms leading to underground areas. What makes this game incredible is the new Ultra Hand ability that lets you attach objects together to build vehicles, bridges, and contraptions limited only by your imagination. You can create flying machines, boats, mechanical devices, and elaborate structures that actually work within the game's physics. The Fuse ability lets you combine weapons with objects to create unique tools, solving the durability problem from the first game while encouraging experimentation with different combinations. Ascend allows Link to phase through ceilings to reach higher areas, and Recall reverses the movement of objects through time, creating mind-bending puzzle solutions. And there you have it, the top 25 best Nintendo Switch games of all time. These games represent everything that makes the Switch special: incredible creativity, perfect portability, and experiences that you simply can't get anywhere else. Each one of these titles could easily be someone's game of the year, and having all of them on one console is pretty amazing. What's your #1 Switch game? Let me know in the comments if you agree with this list, or if there's a game I missed that deserves to be here. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe for more Nintendo content, and I'll see you in the next video.